Okay.
So, Anmol, I am Ritesh. I look after the international department at Pratham. And
All
I,
right.
hi. So I have been given a little bit of a detail about you. If I'm not wrong, you're at RC Monji in your
Yeah.
in the second year, right?
Yeah.
Great. So, and you're probably planning your master's in business administration,
Yeah.
right? Great. So, please go ahead. Whatever queries you have in your mind, I can probably try to answer them indeed.
Okay. So one thing, I think it's a coincidence, but the last person you might have counseled before joining Pratham, I was that person.
Acha, really?
First
Is it?
you
Wow.
came to my school in the DPS Gurgaon, if you remember, and then
Acha.
I opted for Jitin Chawla council.
Wonderful. That's great.
Yeah,
That's
and
great.
then but the thing is, you started my consultation, but I think you left in between.
Right.
So then it was continued with Jitin Chawla,
Wonderful.
so only. So yeah, and then you and he suggested me to take BBA management, pursue management. So I joined Pratham after that,
Okay.
and now I'm in one of the best institutes for BBA.
Absolutely. So it's such a small place. I think Sonali ma'am has also joined in. Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah, hi.
Hi,
Good
ma'am.
evening.
Hi. Good evening. Great. So good that we have a long association. So now I believe that you're looking at your masters. So what is the
yeah.
plan exactly, Anmol?
See, what I think is what I've heard and what other people have suggested me is that I should take a break for at least 2 years, where I should go and have some work experience in the real world, and after that, I should go and pursue for masters.
Okay. The only, you know, point that you have to think here is that in the next 2 years, whatever job you're into,
Yeah.
you're happy with it and if it's a decent organization, chances are very high that it will be a decent organization. You manage to get one at least promotion there, okay, the chances
Okay.
become very bright. The only
All
problem
right.
that happens is after 2 years that the admission process for MBA schools across the world is very competitive,
Okay.
very competitive. It's far more competitive than what it is in India.
Yeah.
And they try to look at people who will be future leaders who've already gone through a lot of challenges. And now, if you are in an organization where challenges are probably less, it's let's say a little mundane kind of a job, then it becomes a challenge for you to get through. So to
Okay.
cover that risk, what you can do at this juncture is probably apply to some deferred MBA programs right away and get your seat reserved for a batch which is 2 years later to your graduation. So, for example, Anmol, are you there? Hello.
Okay.
Yeah. So, hello.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was saying that organizations like universities like ISB Hyderabad here in India.
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah, you're audible.
Hello.
You're audible. You're audible. I'm just trying to switch my Wi-Fi connection.
Yeah.
Just give me a moment. Anyways, hello. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's better. So I was saying that probably stuff like ISB Hyderabad also has a
Okay.
program called the YLP program, Young Leaders
Young leaders program.
Program, है ना?
Yeah.
Wherein you can apply next year when you're in your final year and you can reserve a seat for 2026. Okay? Sorry, 2027. 2027 because you'll be graduating in 2025. You can reserve a seat for 2027 by
No,
applying it.
I'll be graduating in 2024.
Okay. If you're in 24, then you can apply this year and reserve a seat for 2025. Okay. So that can be done, and that secures the atmosphere quite a lot, because thereafter, wherever you go to work, they cannot question you on the quality of work. Okay, so it ensures your positioning. Also, few universities abroad, for example, Harvard also has a program which is 2+2. Okay, Yale has a program which is called Silver Scholars, and then Chicago Booth also has a program which is also a deferred MBA program. Okay, so the Harvard program is a little different. Harvard program is that you study for 1 year in the university first, then you take a break of 1 year. Okay, you work, and then you again come back to the university and complete the next year. That is how the Harvard program works. In between the graduation and Harvard, you have to work for 1 year. Then you go and study for 1 year. You take a break and you work for 1 year again, and then again you go back to the university. That's the nature of the program, and it's considered to be the one of the most topmost programs. Yale Silver Scholar program is just like the ISB Hyderabad program. And then if you look at Chicago Booth program, that's also almost like the ISB Hyderabad. So these 4 or 5 universities which have preferred programs, you can apply them this year, okay, and you can secure a seat for 2025 or 26, whatever is available. Rest, you can definitely go ahead and work for 2 years, and thereafter also, even after securing your seat in all these universities, you can still apply to other universities in 2025. For the fall of 2026, you can secure your places at several other universities, and then you can take a collaborative call looking at what all offers you have in 2026, and you can join that. Okay. No, Anmol, thing is that this will be your last league of education. Okay. So at this juncture, you have to go to the best place possible, because we पूरी जिंदगी इसी के बेसिस पर चलेगी, है ना? You will be known by the brand that you go to. You are already at a super brand here in India. Now you need a better brand for your masters. तो इसलिए सब तरह से हमको कोशिश करना है कि वो चीज सिक्योरली हो जाए. दूसरी बात, if you are looking at a job next year, obviously you'll be looking at your placement starting this year. So I believe the companies would have started pitching themselves right now.
Actually, I'm in the 4th sem, and the companies start coming from 5th sem.
So next sem, the companies will start coming in.
Yeah.
Probably month of June, you'll be looking at presentations from various companies, right?
Yeah.
So if that is the scenario, then probably these 6 months, okay, you can dedicate a little more time to yourself, making your resume a little more stronger, both for the job as well as for your university application that due next year. So, I mean, which are due this year also. So that ways, it makes more sense. So this year, what we can do is we can send applications to several universities. If a good job happens, which is to your likeness, you join the job, fine. And in case, you would like to apply outside NMIMS, that also can be done. And probably you can work for the next 2 years, and then probably you can join a university. That ways seems a better proposition. So probably, I mean, this is one way of thinking. Otherwise, तुम इंडिया के लिए भी लिख रहे हो कि कैट वगैरह?
Yeah, India, I was thinking more towards ISB, as you
अच्छा,
said, the YLP program.
YLP program.
Yeah.
YLP तो देखो अभी तो एप्लीकेशन कर सकते हैं, ठीक है? तुम्हारा प्रोग्राम खत्म हो रहा है 24 में ना?
Yeah, May 24.
May 24 तो हम डेडलाइन मिस कर चुके हैं.
नहीं, last year, because I've researched on that, उसकी deadline इस year ही होगी मेरी. So इस year ही, and the GMAT submission is for next year. So registration will be in October this year. They'll open the
अच्छा,
registration
तुम
in October this year.
2024 पास आउट हो गए ना? मैं जनवरी में
Yeah.
करता हूँ, तो इस साल अगस्त से लेके अक्टूबर के बीच में तुम्हारी विंडो होगी एप्लीकेशन की, और जो तुम्हारा जीमैट सबमिशन होगा वो जनवरी तक की डेट होगी उसमें, तो दैट मींस हो रहा होगा. ठीक है. So we have good 8-9 months to build up our profile, to work on the essays, and then to send the application.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are in a good situation right now, and probably from here I can handle the situation right now, because ISB probably will need a lot of editing help and the form filling
Okay.
also, because the form itself asks several questions regarding you as a person, your thinking process, your decision making process, and challenges that you faced, your experiences. All of that has to be well written. Plus, there has to be a strategy in your essay or your SOP for that matter. And then there is a very strong chance that you get a call for interview. That interview is also very critical. So you have to be trained for that interview as well, so that you can handle it very nicely. ठीक है, तो उनका प्रोसेस में यही होता है कि पहले आप करते हो, शॉर्ट लिस्टिंग होती है, इंटरव्यू के लिए बुलाते हैं, फिर उसके बाद आप अपना जीमैट ठीक है, this can be handled, ठीक है. Any other questions that you have?
Okay, so let's say I give GMAT this year, or I'm going for ISB. Do we have any other universities or any other colleges in India which take GMAT? If
They do.
let's say ISB doesn't happen, then what?
There are several universities which take the GMAT score here in India. For example, SP Jain. Okay.
Yeah.
SP Jain also accepts GMAT score. Okay. Then we have IMI Delhi. That will also
Okay.
accept GMAT score. Then you have Great Lakes Chennai. That will also accept GMAT score. IMT Ghaziabad will also accept GMAT score, if I'm not wrong. So there are several institutions which either accept CAT score, or instead they can also accept GMAT scores as well.
Okay.
So you are pretty safe on that front. Plus, if you want to secure further, then what you can do is, what is your area of interest? Is it more towards business or is it more towards finance?
It's more towards business, but in my college, I have only two specializations there, finance and marketing. So I would be taking finance.
Okay. Let's say your finance interest in the next 1 year grows a little higher. Okay, and you want to pursue that, or probably you want to get into general management programs as well. So what you can do is you can also send your application through the GMAT score to several universities across the world which have either a MIM program or they have a MS Finance program. I
Okay.
would support the MS Finance program a little more strongly than the MIM program, because तुमने already BBA कर लिया है, so MIM will be nothing new for you. Okay. So rather than sending yourself for, sending you for MIM, I would rather like to get into MS Finance courses. And MS Finance, you can have top-notch universities across the world, okay, except for United
Okay.
States. तुम लगभग सब जगह अप्लाई कर सकते हो. यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स और कनाडा, इन दो जगहों पे दिक्कत होगी बिकॉज दे आस्क फॉर 16 years of education. तो उसके अलावा यू कैन अप्लाई टू ऑस्ट्रेलिया, यूके, यूरोप, लॉट ऑफ प्लेसेस इन यूरोप, सिंगापुर, Hong Kong, all of these places you can apply. Entire
Okay.
Europe.
Because my course is 3 years course, so वो difference आया.
हाँ, वो डिफरेंस आएगा ना, तो वो एक चीज है. और अगले साल के लिए ना, जैसे अगर अभी अच्छी जॉब हो जाती है तब तो बहुत अच्छी बात है. अगर जैसे नहीं होती है, आप सेटिस्फाइड नहीं होते हो और एडमिशन से भी बहुत ग्रेट कुछ नहीं होता है, फर्स्ट रिजॉर्ट है कि कोई मास्टर्स प्रोग्राम में इंडिया में आप एनरोल कर लो 1 साल के लिए.
Okay.
आपकी 16th ईयर पूरी हो जाती है. जैसे ही फर्स्ट ईयर कंप्लीट होता है, अपनी ट्रांसक्रिप्ट ले लो उनसे. ट्रांसक्रिप्ट
Okay.
लेके आप यूएस कनाडा भी अप्लाई कर सकते हो. तो ये सारे रास्ते खुले हुए हैं तुम्हारे पास, बट आई थिंक वो लास्ट रिजॉर्ट होगा. मुझे लगता है जॉब या अच्छी यूनिवर्सिटी में से कुछ ना कुछ तो इसी साल हो जाएगा.
Okay.
तो लेट अस गो अहेड, प्लान योर यूनिवर्सिटीज एंड लेट्स डू सम वर्क ऑन आवर प्रोफाइल, बिकॉज मुझे पता है कि नाटसी पढ़ते वक्त प्रोफाइल पर काम करना इज नेक्स्ट टू इम्पॉसिबल, बिकॉज इतना रिगर होता है और वो एकेडमिक रिगर बहुत ज्यादा है. टेल मी इफ आई एम रॉन्ग.
No, no, you are absolutely right.
सांस लेने की फुर्सत तो होती नहीं आपके पास.
Yeah.
तो अभी क्या है कि अब थोड़ा सा प्रोग्राम लाइट होगा जब आप अपने प्री फाइनल ईयर में आते हो. यहाँ पर थोड़ा स्कोप निकाल के आपको थोड़ा सा अपने प्रोफाइल पर काम करना होगा, अदरवाइज ना.
Okay. So what is your take on degrees such as CFA and certification courses?
I think definitely yes, it's a good program, but it, somehow I feel that it should go side to your, mainstream education. It's a professional certification, has a lot of value, but still I would prefer getting into a B school because वहाँ जो exposure होता है, जो overall thinking होती है और जो overall mental growth होता है, वो काफी diverse है. CFA is extremely focused towards analytics. But when you look at an MS finance program, it is very diverse. It talks about all the aspects of finance. Okay. So both go hand in hand, but ये छोटा सा जो difference है ना, ये lifelong बहुत बड़ा काम करता है, kind of. So if you're from a, let's say, a LSE MS Finance or a Imperial MS Finance, that has a humongous effect. Okay, that is a humongous effect. And believe you me, that you have a great chance at universities like LSE or say Warwick or King's, Manchester, these kind of places in UK, plus great places across the world like HEC Paris, etc., for a MIM program also, or for a
Okay.
MS program.
So what is the main difference between the MIM and the MS program?
MIM is a general Masters in Management program. It talks about general management. Okay.
Okay.
But
So
when you
it's
look at, yeah,
just the foreign counterpart of MBA.
MBA is still, I would say, it is a 2-year program. It is far more, uh, in terms of content, the content is quite large, and it is meant, the broad MBA is majorly meant for people who are at mid-management levels. And they are looking at challenges which are far more, macro level, okay, not micro. But when you look at MIM, it is for freshers, where they get a chance to understand management and then they try to get inside the market, which you have already done. So MIM छोड़ दो, आप जहां जहां MS finance हो रहा है या probably let's say कहीं पर MA advertising हो रहा है, MA marketing हो रहा है, ऐसे programs में ज्यादा फायदा है to become specialized. That is
Okay.
one. Plus जो deferred MBA programs है वो भी apply कर दो, ठीक है. हमारा main priority वो deferred MBA program.
Okay.
और जहां जहां पे इंडिया में GMAT स्कोर एक्सेप्टेड हो रहा है उन सब जगहों पर अप्लाई कर दो. MBA टॉप प्रायोरिटी, MS फाइनेंस सेकंड प्रायोरिटी,
Okay.
ISB हैदराबाद टॉप प्रायोरिटी, then probably Harvard, Chicago Booth, Yale, these are top priorities, and then probably some universities in UK, some in Netherlands, some in France, or probably some other countries in Switzerland, those kind of places also. वो हमारा थर्ड लेवल ऑफ बैकअप, कि कुछ नहीं हुआ तो हम वहां पहुंचे, काइंड ऑफ वैसे बैकअप्स तो लेने पड़ेंगे बिकॉज़ सिनेरियो है तो कॉम्पिटिटिव. जीपीए कितनी चल रही है?
3.54 out of 4.
वाह, दिस इज गुड, दिस इज वेरी गुड, दिस इज वेरी गुड. ईमैट स्कोर कुछ भी करके 700 टच करना ही है.
Okay.
700 टच करना. इंटर्नशिप्स कितनी करी?
So internships, NGO ki I have one I have business development, one I have finance. Actually NGO I have 2, so 4.
4. That's great. Now in terms of your profile, any other extracurricular work that you've done in the last 2 years?
Yeah. So I've headed. Last time I was a member, but this time I'm heading a society, a department of the society. I'm heading 50-member team for that society. I'm heading the business development.
And what is the society all about?
Enactors, it's an
Achha,
international
Enactors.
organization which has,
Enactors.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
ठीक
So
है.
that's something additional hota hai Enactors ka, because all major universities have their own Enactors.
Enactors. What I would suggest is that in order to boost your profile, you are applying to places like ISB Hyderabad. If you look at the, past admissions, so what kind of people have got admits? Majorly, those people are studying at ISB Hyderabad who have headed an organization, are owners of startups, or probably have worked at startups or other organizations at a very, very senior level, okay, or have turned the story around, those kind of people. Second level, people are those where people have done outstanding things for the society. Okay, where they have tried to work with an entire set of villages or a community and try to change their lives on it. Okay, so probably we will have to take the second route. So a
Okay.
social entrepreneurship campaign, okay, of your
Yeah.
own, a plan of that campaign, that this is something that I want to do. Okay, after I finish my education, or probably whenever I get a chance, is something that should be our pitch deck.
Okay.
That is where our point of discussion starts. That is where our entire application will rest. एक तो वो चीज कर लो.
Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me. So Anmol, I think you can even you're part of Unifiers also. I think that also involves the social
Yeah.
entrepreneurship.
So there's another
Please tell
organization
me.
which I'm part of. It involves skill training for basic blue collar as well as white collar workers. So that's something I'm also a part of.
Great.
And they are also into those what do you call that? You know, Anmol, they are doing that social work also. What Rajshri is doing.
Yeah.
That is a
So
part
they
of
are
it.
also upskilling the craftsmen from a small village in Bangalore. So this is all one organization doing. So as I'm a part of that organization, so I'm also part of the efforts that they're.
Great. So, Anmol, my way of looking at things is a little different. So, I have been looking at these university admissions for almost 15 years. In the last
Okay.
3 years, I see quite an amount of change in the applications that they are receiving. Today, now it has become a trend that almost everybody is trying to work with one or the other social-based organizations.
Yeah.
So unless and until we put ourselves in a different framework, getting admissions may become a little challenging. I would suggest that at this juncture, can we start? I mean, this is the question. Can we start a self-initiative? Be it social work based, be it social entrepreneurship based, or anything else. But I want something that is totally led by you, okay? Probably
Okay.
without a team. Okay? And every aspect of that job is being handled by you yourself. However
Okay.
small or large it is, I can understand that it cannot be too large with one single person. But the effort, the tenacity, the planning that you put across in it talks a lot about you as a person.
Okay.
Okay? So probably, I can give you a mentor with whom you can idealize, think, and then, probably go into execution also. Okay.
Okay.
So that can be handled. So that is one thing. Secondly, participating in those contests, which are idea-based contests. Okay. That is another thing that you should have in your profile.
So case
Thirdly,
competition.
case competitions, ideation competitions, those kind of
Okay.
things. So I have a team
So
of people
this
who can.
this month around, I'm hosting an idea-based competition.
Great,
I'm not participating. I'm hosting. In fact,
wonderful,
I'll be ideating the competition itself.
great.
That's
So that is a self-initiative also. And it's a great idea as
yeah.
well. So it works. Also, at B schools now, these days, they love people who are research and analytics driven.
Okay.
So if we can work on a research paper for the next 6 months, okay, that will give us an extra bonus. So probably with the mentor, you can give a thought to it that, what should be the area of concern that you would like to address. And then you can, create a flow that, this is the flow of my work. And probably you can start writing your research. As
Yeah.
soon as you can
So
complete.
in my university's curriculum, this semester only, I have to write a research paper that's in the curriculum itself, and it has to be published. Then only I can, go to the next semester.
Yeah, so that is what I was telling on. That curriculum might ask you to write a research. It is a compulsion
Okay.
under which you are writing. But when you have to prove your interest towards a certain subject or a course or a university, then you have to cross that line. Okay? So my idea is that whatever being done in the curriculum, that is great. can do something which is beyond the curriculum, okay, and an area that has been unaddressed. So something that you've written already, I would not like to work on that. I would like to work on a separate area, okay, where we can prove our interest. That is the idea. So then, we will have the entire stuff or masala for writing our SOP. It will be a great SOP because of the work that you've done. So everything should finish before the starting of September, because as you know, there are cycles of admission at ISB, and it is always great to apply in the first.
Yeah.
If you can apply in the first cycle, nothing like it. So that is how things. So probably what I'll do is I'll just send you an email that will have a list of things that my team does for people, the scope of.
Okay.
You'll have a look at it, and the financials, etc. All will be. So my work includes both the profiling part plus the applications. So applying to ISB Hyderabad, applying to all the deferred programs, applying to MS Finance programs, all included. So you can take a pack of roundabout, say, 5 to 10 universities of your choice. Okay. For a pack of 5, I charge around about 60. For a pack of 10, I charge around about 1 lakh something. You can choose in between, and you can start, planning your universities straight away. Your
Okay.
university
So
planning.
what about the GMAT prep? Do you is that included?
I don't get into any test prep. Okay. At Pratham, we only do the domestic test prep, as you are aware, you're a student. So, but international bench here is majorly consulting division. So we don't get into any GMAT prep, although I would be suggesting you how to go about it. Your mentor is a personal GMAT trainer also. So you can take all the help that you want to from him, okay, in order to understand the test better, in order to prepare better. So every meeting that you meet him to discuss your profiling and to discuss the task, in those meetings, you can also discuss your GMAT prep with him. Okay. So that will be an additional help. That is how it can work.
Yeah.
Anything else that I can answer?
Yeah. So just reiterating the main concern. What about, like, should I be doing CFA right now, or should I start building the profile?
मेरे को लगता है कि पहले फॉर्मल जो यूनिवर्सिटीज है उसका चूंकि वैल्यूज थोड़ा ज्यादा है, पर पहले उसको ट्राई कर लेते हैं। अगर इन बिटवीन प्लेसमेंट बहुत अच्छी हो जाती है और हम डिसाइड करते हैं कि नहीं यार अभी यूनिवर्सिटी नहीं जाएंगे, 2 साल वर्क करते हैं, ठीक है, देन इन दैट केस इन दोस 2 years हम सीएफए करेंगे।
ओके।
हमने डेफर्ड एमबीए के लिए भी अप्लाई किया हुआ है, वो तो चलो अगर हमारा हो गया तो 2 साल बाद का स्टोरी है, राइट। इन 2 सालों में मैं जॉब कर रहा हूँ और सीएफए की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ, ठीक है। So when I go to that university, I already am a chart, CFA, plus I am doing an MBA program. Okay? And then it is a decision 2026 में जाके जो मुझे लेना है कि मुझे वो करना भी है कि नहीं करना।
Okay.
So that is how it works. तो ये सारा कुछ डिपेंड करता है कि आगे का फ्लो कैसे चलता है, प्लेसमेंट्स कैसी होती है। अगर प्लेसमेंट्स बहुत अच्छी हो गई तो अभी हम ये यूनिवर्सिटी में छोड़ के सिर्फ डिफर्ड एमबीए अप्लाई करके छोड़ देंगे। और अगर प्लेसमेंट्स आपको लग रहा है कि नहीं यार माय पोटेंशियल इज बेटर और जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन मिल रही है, जो काम मिल रहा है वो इतना लेवल का नहीं है, देन प्रोबब्ली वी गो टू अदर स्कूल्स। आई होप आई वाज क्लियर।
या
राइट। Sonali ma'am, if you have any other questions. Yeah. Sorry.
You're just saying कि MBA की value, if you stand both together, MBA की value will be more than
far
CFA.
better, far better,
Okay.
far better. Because we are not aiming to, mid-category level universities. We are aiming only at top category universities. Okay? So the immense value there is quite high.
And what is the selection rate usually for these top category?
We are looking at anything between 5.5% to 15%.
Okay. I think NMIMS also, since I'm in the Mumbai campus only, which is the top campus, it also had something
similar to this.
Similar to this.
8-9% के आसपास उनका भी है, नहीं है। Great. I think this is it as of now. So I'll ask my colleague Anjali to keep in touch with you. Okay.
Okay.
And she'll just exchange a few mails and have a few phone calls with you in case needed. And we can start as soon as possible because time is pretty short now. We've just 8 months before the application. तो जो भी बचा हुआ काम है वो अभी हम कंप्लीट कर लेते हैं और सबसे ज्यादा यूनिवर्सिटी की प्लानिंग है ना वो सबसे ज्यादा
Okay.
ग्रेट थैंक यू सो मच फॉर योर
All right.
टाइम आई विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.